we will be talking about soil, water, and nutrient management for cacao. So this is the outline of my presentation. Soil characteristics for cacao production, soil constraints in cacao production. Third, importance of soil testing and nutrient analysis, essential nutrients for plant growth, and soil conservation and water relation. Where can cacao grow? So that's the question. And here are the soil characteristics for cacao production. So here is the biophysical characteristics according to land qualities. So tinitingnan natin dito kung saan nga ba akma at suitable ang tatanim natin ng cacao. Or for those who want to expand their cacao establishment, mas maigi pong tingnan natin ito. So first is the temperature regime followed by water availability. So dito natin makikita if the cacao is suitable in your own areas. So first, the annual average temperature. So if you have 25 to 28 degrees Celsius, meaning cacao is highly suitable in your area. And for the lower limit of 24 to 20 degrees Celsius and the upper limit of 29 to 32 degrees Celsius means it is moderately suitable. And for 33 to 35 degrees Celsius, meaning marginally suitable, and not suitable for greater than 35 degrees Celsius and less than 20 degrees Celsius. Remember that cacao is a tropical crop and an Amazonian crop. And in terms of water availability, so we have here two criteria: the dry months and the average annual rainfall. In terms of the dry months, if there will be no dry months for the whole year, meaning if you are under type 4 climatic condition, cacao is highly suitable. If there will be 1 month of drought, moderately suitable, where you can employ irrigation, and 2 months, marginally suitable, but greater than 2 months, meaning that is not suitable, particularly for those areas with greater than 3 months of drought, particularly in type 3 climatic condition. And cacao is drought sensitive. In terms of average annual rainfall, cacao suits to grow in 1,500 to 2,500 millimeter of rainfall annually. And for the lower limit of 1,500 to 1,200 millimeter and the upper limit of greater than 2,500 millimeter, meaning it is moderately suitable, and marginally suitable at 1,200 to 1,000 millimeter of rainfall. And kapag konti yung ating rainfall with less than 1,000 millimeter annually, means cacao is not suitable, and because of that, there is an economic consequence. Particularly, you're going to employ more irrigation. You're going to install irrigation, and irrigation is costly. Totoo po, because cacao consumes 20 liters of water per day. If you have 1,000 cacao trees in 1 hectare, consuming 20 liters per day, that's around 20,000 liters a day. So, ang dami. Okay, in terms of rooting condition, we have here the 3 classes. First is soil drainage class. When the soil drainage is well drained, meaning you have a deeper soil horizon greater than 100 centimeter, meaning cacao can suit there. Moderately well drained and somewhat poorly drained, lalong-lalo na po if you are experiencing flooding or there is a restrictive soil horizon or layer which does not permit the infiltration of water, that's moderately suitable. Somewhat excessive, meaning it is prone to drought, marginally suitable, and not suitable for very poor soil drainage and excessively poor drainage. And in terms of soil texture, on the surface soil, cacao grows best with sandy soil, sandy clay loam rather, clay loam, silt loam, silty clay loam. And moderately suitable for sandy loam, sandy clay, marginally suitable for silty clay, structured clay, and not suitable if your soil is gravel, sandy, and massive clay because of the root penetration and also in terms of anchorage. And rooting depth, it is highly suitable when it is planted in soil with greater than 150 centimeter in depth. And around 100 to 149 centimeter, that's moderately suitable, and marginally suitable for 60 to 99. And if you have a soil with less than 60, the soil that is less than 60 centimeter, that's not suitable. And this characteristic or criteria is not correctable, meaning you cannot correct this criteria. Even the temperature, the annual rainfall, you cannot correct that one. Here's another one, the nutrient retention. In terms of cation exchange capacity, this is the measure of soil fertility. This is the measure of how fertile your soil is. If it's high, greater than 12 milliequivalents per 100 grams soil or more, meaning your soil is highly suitable for producing or for cacao establishment. Moderately suitable when your soil has medium CEC, marginally suitable for low, and not suitable for very low CEC. In terms of the pH in the surface soil, at pH 5 to 6.5, that's slightly acidic, your cacao will grow best because Amazon rainforest also has this type of pH. If your soil has a pH of 4.9 to 4.5 and 6.6 to 7.5, meaning it is moderately suitable. For marginally suitable soils in terms of pH, that's less than 4.5, and it means there is this problem in aluminum toxicity when your soil is less than 4.5 in pH. Later on, I have a separate discussion on soil pH. And at 7.6 to 8.5 also is marginally suitable and not suitable for alkaline soils. Ano yon? If the soil pH is greater than 7.5. And in terms of nutrient availability for the surface soil, for total N, if the total N is medium or it will be high, means it is highly suitable, low, moderately suitable, and very low, marginally suitable. Available phosphorus, medium, it's highly suitable pa rin siya. Low to very low, it's moderately to marginally suitable. And in terms of available K2O, even if it's low or medium, it's highly suitable but very low, moderately suitable. What's good with this? Kala natin, wala nang good. Kasi parang naririnig low, medium. But this criteria can be corrected using the proper soil management. And we have here the criteria for toxicity and terrain. In terms of salinity in your subsoil, if it's less than 1 millimos per centimeter, it's highly suitable. Okay lang. Tutubo yung cacao natin. And if it's 1 to 3 millimos, that's moderately suitable. And marginally suitable if it's 3 to 6 millimos and greater than 6 is not suitable. Cacao also has this sensitive or they are sensitive in salinity. So when you say salinity, there is this high soluble salt in your soil. And in terms of terrain, in terms of slope percentage, 0 to 8% suitable, that's nearly level. At 8 to 5%, moderately suitable. From 15 to 50%, marginally suitable, and greater than 50, not suitable, that's face the wall already. And surface stoniness, if there are stones in your area 5 or 25 meters apart, or the rating of 1, that's moderately suitable. Pero kung nakikita natin yung area natin, walang bato, puro lupa, that's highly suitable for cacao. And 2, for less than 25, meaning if you have 13 to 25 meters apart, yung kanyang distance, meaning it is marginally suitable. And kapag dikit-dikit na yung mga bato sa inyong mga lupa, that's not suitable already. And in terms of rock outcrops, meaning there are stones around or boulders in your farm. If you cannot see any rock outcrops, that's highly suitable. But if the rock outcrops in your farm, it could be moderately suitable, or it can be marginally suitable, or not suitable at all if your soil is shallow and there are protruding rocks. Okay, I am sharing you one of the model in our Asia Slam project. So this is under the rubber-based cropping system. So as part of the soil and land management is the intercropping system. So we have here rubber planting distance of 2.75 meter by 4.5 with an effective area of 6,048 square meter. And in that, you can plant around 490 hills of rubber. For rubber farmers naman ito na may cacao. And for cacao, that's 3 by 3 meters. And that's around 390 hills of cacao that can fit in 1 hectare intercrop within rubber. Wala po tayong shading dito because of the east-west direction or orientation of field establishment. And this is the comparison of cacao dry bean yield in the Philippines with the use of the Philippine Cacao Industry Council Industry Roadmap, the HYV set performance for cacao roadmap, and the expected genetic expression of existing varieties or HIVs. And ito, human immunodeficiency virus is high yielding varieties, no? In our trial site, it's on 2022 in USM and 2023. So as you can see, our current national average placed between 0.5 to 1 ton, or 0.5 to 1 kilogram per tree per year. So that's about 0.75 kilograms per tree per year. And yung sa ating HYV set is around 2 kilograms per tree per year. And the expected genetic expression at 3.5 kilograms per tree per year. And in USM, during the first year of fruit bearing, we had recorded at 2.72 kilograms of per tree per year. This is the dry bean. And during 2023, hindi pa po kami tapos magbilang. This is the updated up to October. It's 6.68 kilograms per tree per year already. So we have hit at 6.68 kilograms of dry bean yield per tree. So we have here the soil constraints in cacao productivity. Most of cacao trees are grown on poor soils with low nutrient levels. And low crop productivity can be attributed to loss of soil fertility. Nutrient mining and soil acidity becomes the effect or becomes the consequence. And because of the nutrient mining, soil acidity, soil nutrient imbalance occurs in our soil, where hindi natin yan napapansin. And that affects yield drastically. So, soil pH affects plant availability. It influences the availability of the nutrients in the soil. Particularly, as you can see, most of the macronutrients are found between nearly the neutral levels or neutral pH. And in terms of acidity, you can see micronutrients and even heavy metals in acidic soil. So one of the constraints now in terms of heavy metal contamination is cadmium, right? So ito yung availability or bioavailability of plant nutrients in terms of soil pH. Most of nutrients are available between 6 to 7.5. So why do we need to apply basic fertilizers? Because as the plant uptakes nutrients from the soil, particularly your basic elements, your plant releases hydrogen ions. And hydrogen ions makes your soil acidic. So let me correct this one because marami akong naririnig. Application of fertilizers will not make your soils acidic. That's why we need to apply fertilizer because you are removing basic cations in your soil. And that will result to soil acidity. So I have here a published study in terms of the effect of aluminum in the soil. If your soil is acidic, there will be high amounts of aluminum present, or the concentration of aluminum is high, or the activity. So as you can see, as the aluminum concentration increases, relative dry matter weight and cacao height also decreases. So that's the drawback of soil acidity. And sabi ko kanina, kapag acidic yung lupa, mataas yung cadmium. Ito yung during the training, tinatanong paano natin masosuppress yan. So kapag acidic yung lupa, our main amendment for that is liming. So we have this published article that liming can suppress the availability of cadmium. So we have here bioavailability of cadmium in lime-treated soil versus the bioavailable cadmium for control or not treated with lime. So after the treatment, drastically it decreases the availability of cadmium with lime application. Importance of soil testing and nutrient analysis. So ito na yon. So importance of several reasons. It can optimize your crop or the crop production. Protect the environment from contamination by runoff and leaching of excess fertilizers, and aid also in the diagnosis of plant culture problems. And lastly, improve the nutritional balance of growing media and save money and conserve energy. So pag nagpapa-soil test tayo, nakakatipid po tayo. This is the great link in understanding nutrient balance. So this is what do we call the Mulder's chart. Sana maintindihan po natin. I will laymanize this para maintindihan po ng ating mga farmer. All in green arrows, meaning the nutrient has antagonism. Meaning nag-aaway po yung mga nutrients natin sa lupa. Black arrows or black line stimulates or synergistic. They cooperate with each other. But as you can see, anong kulay ang nangingibabaw? Green. It means that most of the nutrients in the soil are antagonistic. For example, an increase in zinc will decrease iron. An increase in nitrogen in your soil will decrease copper. An increase with phosphorus will decrease potassium. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na Liebig's Law of Minimum. This will explain the Liebig's Law of Minimum. So when you do soil testing, ito lang po yung hinahanap natin. The available nutrient in your soil. And we have these essential nutrients for plant growth. Not only NPK, we have 18 nutrients for the plant growth. But if you apply NPK, you are missing the 15 others. And cacao requires this nutrient. I want you to focus on the mature phase. Tingnan nyo. Cacao needs 438 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare per year. 438 according to Nang and Tambo. Then, Nang and Tong rather, potassium 633 kilograms. Another one is calcium and magnesium. We often neglected calcium and magnesium. Calcium has something to do with your quality, and even magnesium. And these two also has something to do with disease tolerance. Pero huwag kayong mawindang. Requirement lang yan nila. But when you do soil testing, you are going to know ano pa ang kulang. For example, if the requirement is 438 for nitrogen, if you do soil testing, nakita nyo, my soil has 300 kilograms of nitrogen. So 438 minus 300, that's only 138. So that's, you're going to apply. And in terms of soil conservation and water relations, crop cover as green manure reduces soil erosion and soil moisture loss. Commonly, ito po yung ginagamit ng mga cover crops. In terms of cacao, you can use Centrosema, Mucuna, and Arachis pintoy. It's good to use non-invasive cover crops, particularly yung hindi gagapangin yung inyong cacao. So, the good thing with that, it can reduce erosion and it can preserve moisture in your soil. So, we have here the ways forward. Always know your soils. How will you know your soils? Through soil testing. You can only know your soils if you have soil testing. And we have this, healthy soils produce good beans. Good and quality cacao beans. And that's the end of my presentation.